Snowplow operators are using new software in order to make using the equipment less dangerous. A full simulation setup, the only one of its kind in the U.S. according to MnDOT, places drivers through all kinds of scenarios in which things can go wrong behind the wheel. Our Jackson Brunner has a closer look tonight.
Minnesota snowplows are enormous. They normally weigh 50,000 pounds and can be twice as heavy when fully loaded.
You're trying to stop something that is designed to stop only half that weight. So our drivers have to know this. They have to understand how the vehicle operates.
In MnDOT simulation, snowplow drivers use the machine's full controls. They follow a 4-screen panorama of what the road will look like. And on Tuesday, they worked on avoiding road hazards. The software is meant to help both old and new drivers develop muscle memory behind the wheel, so they'll be better prepared to react in any situation.
As new incidents happen, whether it's a storm or an ice event, an accident with a car, truck, whatever, we can recreate that in here, and so that every MnDOT driver can go through that and see what would happen and what they could do differently to avoid that incident. We do some training where they perform maneuvers, and as they progress through, it becomes more muscle memory, and if something happens, they can just react to it, avoid it, proceed on with their driving, with their snowplowing.
From sirens to encounters with other vehicles, MnDOT says it's all about creating a realistic experience for snowplow operators.
We're tracking how they do. Did they hit anything with the snowplow? Did they lose traction? Did they slide through an intersection? Did they fail to stop at a red light? We track numerous items in here, and it's just so that we have a tracking of what we need to work on for the next training cycle.
You always have to be aware of your surroundings, because if someone dashes out in front of you, you can't really just slam on the brakes and hope to stop on a dime. They had people on bikes that would dart out in front of us. I've never experienced anything like that out in the field. I've had cars come up behind me fast and zip around me.
It kind of gives you an idea of where your plows are at and where cars and trucks are relative to where you are and which way they're going, or if they're stationary.
Bemidji drivers also complete a total of 12 online tests about snowplow safety in a process that takes up most of the day. And after work is done on Wednesday evening, MnDOT will pack their equipment up and prepare to show it to the rest of its plow operators statewide. In Bemidji, Jackson Brunner, Lakeland News.
The simulation tour will next visit Roseau on February 17th. It will conclude with a visit to snowplow drivers in Walker on March 8th and 9th.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.